Okay, I'm not officially back. I just needed to get this out of my head because it's both bothering me and not bothering me. So let's talk about the amazing Digital Circus theatrical release. So this is not scripted, so if I'm jumping around everywhere, I'm sorry, but I need to get this out of my head. When I first heard about it, you know, the whole trailer 9 drop and the whole reveal of the theatrical release, I was like, cool! But when I found out that it's 2 weeks before the YouTube release, I kinda just was mad. Okay, I was mad. Because that means I'd have to avoid spoilers for 2 weeks, which is kinda hard with YouTube Shorts and the internet in general. Now, I don't really traverse the waves of Twitter anymore. I'm mostly on Tumblr, but things can still, you know, pass by if someone happens to reblog it. It's like, it's not the Marvel community. Like, they can keep a secret at least for a little bit, right? They can do that. But the amazing Digital Circus is a completely different beast. So, a 2-week thing is going to be absolutely disastrous if you don't know how to avoid everything. Plus, people are on other platforms as well, such as Instagram and TikTok and shit like that. Yeah, you're not escaping. You have to delete those apps and not interact with them for like 2 weeks. That's when I was mad. Recently, Glitch had posted this lovely little letter explaining everything. They didn't really explain what they were accomplishing. They just said it was a path forward for the industry, the indie animation and stuff like that. I get it. However, this is coming off a little bit off, if you know what I mean. Now, I get it. This is great for everybody, and I understand that Hollywood has been just fucking stupid. Hollywood is stupid. Let's be real. Hollywood is stupid, they're gatekeepy, and nobody fucking likes them. But, here's the thing. There is no reason for this month or 2-week deal that they've had going, because, one, people down there have already suggested or commented that somebody has already done this for a limited time release of 1 day, so that it could premiere on the same day, which I get. It's possible. It's absolutely possible to have a 1-day theatrical release. And if people really wanted it bad enough, people can literally tell their theaters, hey, can you get this movie back? Can you do a run back? Can we please have this again? And if enough people are calling for it, they'll add it. And yes, it is ironic that in Australia, there's no Digital Circus showings. I get that. That's ironic. But what this all kind of screams to me is that I don't know if they did this for a while, or they just decided spontaneously, hey, can we do this? Can we do this and open the gates? I don't know how to interpret this. Like, it's literally one of 2 ways. Either they've been doing this for a couple of months, or they just decided after episode 8, or sometime before episode 8, hey, can we do what Ireland did? Now, I'm not saying that it's just because Ireland did absolutely fantastic for what it was. That might have been a bit of a push, and it might have actually opened the doors a little bit more than it did before. Digital Circus could do the same thing for indie animation, right? And I get that. However, yeah, you kind of fucked everyone up. Now, there is one thing you can do to solve this, but it seems like it's not going to happen because of the rules of the theaters, which sounds a little bit stupid, but, yeah, that's the rules that were set upon Glitch. So, there was a solution to this to make this flow way easier, and they completely fumbled it. There is a solution. There was a solution, and if they knew what they were doing, they would have done this instead. First thing you should have done, not have told everyone when the YouTube release was going to be. That was the first mistake. The second thing you should have done was, you know, put at the end of episode 8, there is an announcement coming on blah 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 April whatever, right? You should have done that. And then drop the trailer for 9. And then, you know, we'd have the the whole theatrical release announcement. And then after that announcement, you can be like, yeah, after that, after the 4 days of screening, we're gonna drop the episode on June 19th. That would have solved this whole thing. Would you still be trying to avoid things? Yes, but it would make the blow a little bit softer. If you could, actually, the real solution would be just to move up to the 8th, the YouTube release, and the Netflix release, I think they're still doing. If you move that up to the 8th, that would have been absolutely fucking perfect. You could still probably do that, but the restrictions that they put upon themselves kind of fucked that up. So now we have this giant gap. It's a mess, and I understand it's a mess. And it really does come across to me that the theatrical release was just a kind of last minute thing that they decided to do because of how everything is. If it's not, I'm sorry, I'm just calling it how I see it. I know the other option is absolutely possible, because to contact that many theaters in this short amount of time is kind of ludicrous. Yes. But still, it does feel like a little bit rushed. So maybe it might have been a choice since Iron Lung, right? It might have been a choice since Iron Lung happened. But it's still, if you knew you were going to do this, you should have just retracted everything that stated June 19th. You should have retracted that, to be honest. Like, nobody needed to know when the last episode was going to be if you were going to do this in the first place. It makes this whole situation difficult. And that's why I am both pissed and understanding. I get it. I get it. And I don't really blame Glitch. I do blame, however, theaters, because they are very fucking picky, and if you don't know, Disney also has a huge part about that. They kind of forced people back in the day to play their movies, or if not, they won't get any revenue, or something along those lines. I can't remember. I just know Disney did some stupid ass shit. Disney is horrible, guys. But yeah, that's it's a situation I really don't see having a great resolution, it being fixed in any way possible. If they had done what I suggested in this video, then yeah, the blow would have been hard, but not as hard as it is right now. I know that there was a message of YouTube first, but I don't think people would be as mad if they hadn't announced the date for the YouTube release first and then the theatrical release. If they did the theatrical release and then they announced when the last episode was going to be up on YouTube, that's fine. The whole YouTube first thing that they promised, yes, I get it. Yeah, that was a promise. But I will make the exception for a theatrical release if the theatrical release is known first and foremost. Y'all can complain about it being released after later, but like, a theatrical release is fine. The problem was that they announced episode 9 before the theatrical release. That's the real problem. It wouldn't be as hard on people, okay? And I am as excited as anyone else for the finale, but here we are. We have to live with this reality. This is our reality. This is what we're living with. Unless Glitch, or, hear me out because it just popped into my head, the community pushes for either a delay. I suggest pushing the theaters because the theaters are also pieces of shit, so do that, please. And when I mean pieces of shit, I mean the companies, not the people that actually work in the theater. Do not harass your theater workers. Okay, I should probably stop my ramblings now. I'll be back in May with the live dub for Hakoki SSL, Harada's Route, and hopefully with the first chapter of Hakoki Alter, which I hope you stick around for because this is a massive project that involves a lot of people, which involves a lot of voice acting and editing and drawing and all of that stuff that I put a lot of effort into, and so did everybody else involved. One more thing. If you are following me on Twitch, in the month of May, from May 4th to May 11th, we will be taking part of the Otome Game Celebration, where we will be playing a bunch of Otome game demos and stuff like that to check out what people have actually made in the Otome community. And some of them are going to actually probably be dubbed for fun, because why not? this is the schedule for that week. So if you want to stop on by and check out all of these games, if you're a fan of Otome, please come stop by. Check out everything that's going on. That's it. I'll see you guys in May. Goodbye!